In today's news, buckle up. Institutional adoption for crypto is accelerating once again, and it looks like many of the major event catalysts will be taking place in April starting this month. Absolutely huge news. Our first source here comes from former Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett, where she states new via Leo Schwartz at Fortune magazine, stablecoin issuer Circle is eyeing late April from what I've seen, so later this month, for its initial public offering, going public and working with investment banks, investment giants, JP Morgan and Citibank as underwriters. This is absolutely massive news because Circle, so USDC, who has been proven to be backed by the likes of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is going public with JP Morgan and Citibank as well. And JP Morgan and Citibank are arguably, if not, they're confirmed to be the biggest banks in Wall Street, therefore the biggest banks in America, therefore the biggest banks in the world. And there will most definitely be a blockchain, a crypto IPO craze that's going to be hitting many massive American institutions going public, and Ripple, in my belief, will be the biggest IPO in Wall Street's history when they go public. This is further proven in this post here from Smoke. Circle in due time, Ripple in due time, and Kraken as well. Late stage growth companies that have been considering going public won't miss this window of opportunity. We can see here the crypto IPO craze is close to hitting. This research paper here from Presto highlights more corporate actions, Circle, Ripple, Kraken to be going public. Late stage growth companies that have been considering going public won't miss this window of opportunity, and established crypto firms such as Ripple will be one of the long-standing candidates to be going public. But truth be told, as it highlights here, if any of the trio, if any of the likes of Circle, Kraken and or Ripple go public, it would drive industry growth in two significant ways. First, it will bring further legitimacy to the sector by contributing to the market cap and also the emerging crypto sector, but also their disclosures as public companies will provide greater transparency into their operations. So making them more transparent and also bringing in more money, which is just a great thing for crypto as a whole, bringing in a lot more capital for institutions as well. Coinbase already successfully went public in April of the last bull run 2021 and is we could all agree quite comfortably the biggest and regarded as the most trusted exchange in America, if not the whole world. So having Circle going public around a similar time, April of the next bull run, 2025, this month, would be quite fitting, and Ripple could very well follow shortly afterwards, considering they have so much adoption with massive central banks all around the world, huge partnerships, not to mention also they'd be following in the footsteps of Circle, so they could just, piggyback off that momentum already, but also all they're waiting for now is the lawsuit conclusion. Right now, Ripple already lowered their $125 million fine down to just a $50 million fine to the SEC, and they've even told it, asked the SEC to plead to, effectively force, not the right word, but force Judge Torres to remove her injunction verdict on Ripple. The injunction right now is what's keeping Ripple from going public in America. Should Judge Torres remove that, which I believe there's a strong chance she will if the SEC are saying please do, that will allow Ripple to go public in America, which is what they have been planning to do for a very long time. Not to mention this could all happen again, some big developments and announcements of such happening in April this month, as also in April this month, again from Eleanor Terrett, we'll be seeing the voting of Paul Atkins taking his rightful place. The Senate has scheduled a committee vote for SEC Chair nominee Paul Atkins on Thursday, so just in 2 days' time at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We cannot overlook how significant Paul Atkins' admission will be for the whole crypto market and for XRP. And who knows, maybe his very first decision as SEC chair will be to help pass the first of many massive legislative bills in America. The stablecoin bill right now is on the 5-yard line. Again, Eleanor Terrett with so many scoops today. Brian Steele tells her that after Wednesday's markup, the Stablecoin Act, or the Stable Act even, will be well positioned to mirror up with the Senate's Genius Act following a few more draft rounds in the House and Senate with technical assistance from the SEC and CFTC. So potentially Paul Atkins will take his place and help in blending these two bills together. making them work seamlessly together, making them look, mirror each other effectively. He highlights further on that he believes that 20% of the bill that deviates from the Genius Act bill represents merely textual differences, rather than any significant or substantive. Right now, the biggest difference are the requirements for international stablecoin issuers, state oversight of issuers, and some smaller technical differences between the two texts, but he states, and most importantly here, at the end of the day, I think there's recognition that we want to work with our Senate colleagues to get this across the line. So yes, the stablecoin bill is at fourth down and on the 5-yard line and soon will be implemented, which will also play a huge role in Ripple and XRP's expansion and adoption with their RLUSD, the Ripple dollar-backed stablecoin. So there will be a crypto IPO explosion this year. So now's not the time to be bearish just because the price action of the markets are currently struggling, are currently down. And for more information on what I'm personally doing in this particular bull run, you can follow me here at wop.com/coin-factory, keeping all of you informed on what my moves and targets are, building realistic market expectations through alpha institutional research doc. We're looking at what they're looking at while also actively trading and making money in this market. There's so much more to come. The bills are proof of that. A lot more documents coming through. So again, wop.com/coin-factory. If you're interested, 7-day free trial as well comes with for free. You can find the links down below in the description. So once again, April is going to be an absolutely massive month for crypto. For good and worse, we'll get into the worst in a moment, because we're going to be seeing, though, for the good side of things, the likes of Circle going public. Ripple's lawsuit will likely be dismissed this month as well, and this stablecoin bill will be implemented all in April. Ripple and XRP has never been in a better position to be going public and explode in institutional adoption. Also because we can see here from Chad Steingraber, Ripple's Vice President of Stablecoins, Jack McDonald, remember that name, Jack McDonald, and Superintendent Adrian Harris of the NYDFS have been working side by side to advancing technology. And recently, Adrian Harris had launched the TRE, Transatlantic Regulatory Exchange, in collab with the Bank of England. The connections Ripple has to the Bank of England is one of the most telegraphed there has been. Ripple are part of the Digital Pound Foundation. They have got such a deep connection to the Bank of England. There's also been talk from the Digital Pound Foundation of, we can see, an RUSD and also an RLGBP. So this is again a very big connection to Ripple and their expansion as a stablecoin issuer as well. And we can actually hear, again, remember that name Jack McDonald, hear a little bit here about stablecoins from Jack McDonald when he had an interview here with the likes of Standard Custody here, talking about what's to come for stablecoins this year, how big it's going to be, but also for Ripple as well. Take a very close listen.
Well, this has been a fun week for me. I was in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday and Wednesday, visiting with members of Congress on Tuesday with Ripple's policy team, and then visited the Washington Blockchain Summit. Spoke on a panel there, and then went up to New York and had a roundtable with New York Department of Financial Services Superintendent Adrian Harris and about 15 other market participants, talking about DFS and legislation, what we're doing in stablecoins. So it's been a fun, inspiring week. A lot of positive momentum right now in the industry. And we're focused on the future. I think it's indicative of a very constructive regulatory environment with the new administration. We're seeing that play out in many different areas. Obviously, the SEC suit is one, but more prospectively, I think the proposed legislation, what's happening with the Crypto Council, our CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has been quite active on the Hill with the CFTC and other organizations. So it really feels like the time is now, and it's terrific to have some headwinds now be tailwinds for the industry overall. But everybody we spoke to on both sides of the aisle in both chambers of Congress were very, very interested in stablecoin, some much more educated on the details than others, but everybody is very eager to promote something. And we're just kind of getting down to brass tacks in terms of what the different bills would cover, what they would promote. But overall, I think there's a feeling that there is real momentum right now in the industry, and there's a real desire to promote innovation.
Furthermore, a market structure bill is also in the works. This is absolutely massive news. We can see from Cointelegraph the US House of Representatives to hold a hearing on cryptocurrency market structure bill legislation on April 9th. So again, all happening in April. Everything taking place in April right now. A market structure bill refers to the, or market structure even refers to the underlying system that governs how financial transactions occur, who participates, and how traders are executed, and what rules are enforced effectively. But DeFi with crypto is a different matter entirely. DeFi presents a fundamentally different market structure, one that operates without intermediaries by using smart contracts, decentralized networks, and transparent code. So this bill is not the easiest thing to push out, but it reshapes financial interactions by automating custody, settlements, lending, and trading. It's going to be a very, very big deal, and that is precisely why we are hearing interviews like these here with the likes of Robinhood and institutions who are talking about what steps they are actively taking right now to be ready for the level of adoption we are going to be seeing with crypto. The blend between DeFi and TradFi is becoming smaller, and soon it will be just one whole unit, if you will. So listen very closely to this interview here, talking about what they're preparing for.
There's two big legislative initiatives right now, stablecoin and market structure. Stablecoin is going to come first, and I think that'll be welcome and it's good. But market structure is what we're really excited about. And I think that's the mechanism by which we'll have clarity on how we can incorporate crypto technology into real world TradFi assets like securities, also like yield-bearing stablecoins, as well as prediction markets. We'll have to outline what qualifies as a crypto asset security versus a crypto asset commodity, and also what steps we would need to take as a platform to list crypto asset securities, and what would it take as a company or as an issuer to actually issue crypto asset securities to the American public. I think those are the big questions, and getting legislation to help us answer the questions is what's going to unlock the true power of crypto technology.
The bills will act as huge catalysts to allow more adoption to flood into crypto, and Ripple will be able to benefit the most from this. They do not want to miss out on this window of opportunity, as I stated earlier. But as I mentioned, this month, it's April, is going to be absolutely massive for better and potentially also for worse. This stuff I've just mentioned now is for the slightly longer term, or at least not the immediate future, the immediate short term, because in the immediate short term, we may be filled with more FUD and one last massive shakeout, as Watcher Guru just proposed here. Just in, China, Japan, and South Korea agree in jointly responding to US tariffs. This is in reference to Donald Trump's Liberation Day taking place April 2nd, taking place tomorrow. Liberation Day is not far off, and there's a lot of worry about it, understandably. A lot of worry about it, because what he announced will have a drastic effect on all financial markets. Depending on what he states, if he implements a lot more or even reduces them, it depends, we could see a massive, massive collapse, a massive shakeout, especially again, if these nations, all very powerful in their respective fields, China in particular, respond accordingly in a joint effort against the US tariffs. We can see a massive trade war going on, and therefore a lot more FUD. And once more as well, even what Fed Chair Jerome Powell states on Friday will be affected by Trump's Liberation Day tomorrow. There's a lot more coming in crypto. The first week or so is going to be one of a lot of uncertainty. Potentially very bullish, we'll have to wait and see, but latter half of April and this point forward, things are looking extremely bullish in terms of regulatory policies and much, much more. This week will be the most volatile weeks of crypto's history, in my belief, yet. This month is for a lot more bullish sentiment, and Ripple soon will conclude their lawsuit, will be going public, and an XRP to the moon. But of course, always do your own research, better still come chill, chat, and learn a lot more in the safe community 7-day free trial. Again, links are down below, and as always, don't know short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.